Hey guys, a little bit something funny today on a Friday. Biden was in Europe representing America with the other world leaders. Let's take a look at what Biden did. It's always comedy with Biden every day. It's just getting worse and worse. And here we go. Let's open this video file up. And here's Biden, as you can see here. He's at a ceremony. Now, for some reason, let's start at the beginning. He's okay. He's with a group of politicians. I guess someone parachuted in. They're all clapping. Biden's smiling, looking confused, looking in the wrong direction. And they're all, all the rest of the leaders looking, uh-oh, Biden is wandering off. It's like, what the hell's going on here? There he goes. He's wandering off. People are starting to look. That leader, I don't know who is, that blonde chick, is looking at him like, what? Where the hell's he going? There he goes. Oh God, we have a silver alert. He could be missing. Luckily though, I think this is the Prime Minister of Italy, this chick in the pink. She sees the situation. She sees that the leader of the free world is wandering off. He could be in danger. He could fall into a pond or something. So she's going to rescue him. This is a inspiring moment. And there he is. He's looking confused, lost. And then over here, Grandpa, this way. Remember? What? Yeah, over here. Oh, okay. So then she leads him back to the fold. And then he smiles. All of his movements are so deliberate. Who's this Indian guy next to me? Am I at the Quickie Mart? Yeah, so there he is. There's our wonderful leader right there. All right. I laugh. You can only laugh because Biden is an evil man, very corrupt. But the question is, will he be the nominee for the Democrat Party this year? The obvious answer is, well, yes. I mean, he's got all the delegates. And he's basically running unopposed. So, what's going to stop him? Well, they may have a conversation with him. What's happening is his condition seems to be getting worse. And according to insiders, I've read from mainstream sources, including the Wall Street Journal, they did an interview with 56 sources, both Democrats and Republicans, anonymously, so they want to get in trouble. And they all said that Biden, in the last 3 months, he's got a lot worse. Every day is getting bad. It's hard to understand him. At meetings, he seems to doze off. He seems to have troubles understanding basic concepts. And at times, he can be okay. If you've ever had a relative that gets dementia, they do have some good days, and at times they can have a conversation with you, but then they kind of veer off. And that's been the case with Biden the past 4 years. But the veering off and starting to wander around and being totally confused, that's really starting to accelerate. And they don't know if they can always control that. And I know we said, well, who cares? He's kind of a figurehead. And that is true. But there's still an optics problem if he gets really bad and he keeps like shitting his pants in public and he starts to get belligerent. It's not a good look. And so they have to decide what they're going to do with Biden. I think a potential solution is they can remove him. They'll have a discussion and tell him that he needs to step down for the good of the republic. I think the phrase they're going to use is to safeguard democracy. That Biden, he's going to pass the torch on to the next generation. The problem that the Democrats have is who's going to be that, because all their candidates are really shitty. You got Kamala Harris. She's probably the default option because she's the vice president. And she's female and black, so that gives her some woke cards. And that actually puts her in the driver's seat because it'd be hard to replace Kamala with like Gavin Newsom because Gavin Newsom is a white guy. So that would be bad optics for the Democrats. So it's like, it's her turn. We got to get a female woman of color. It's just like a Disney, a space lesbian witch. I don't think she's a lesbian, but all these woke points. The trouble is people in America are getting tired of that. And Kamala Harris, she's really despised. Her poll numbers are even lower than Biden, which is amazing. And she really doesn't even have the support with the African community. She's sort of mixed race, and she just comes across as very stupid and shrill. And so she's not a good candidate, but she's kind of next in line to put in if Biden should step down. Now, there's a possibility it could be someone like Gavin. But Gavin, he would be a disaster. He's probably the most dangerous of the bunch, even though he's a white man. He's like full-on communist. He's a snake. He could, the rest are evil, but they're kind of incompetent. But he's evil, and he has a certain degree of competency. I think we should fear Gavin the most. He's totally destroyed California, and what he did to California, he'll do to the rest of the country. So that would be a disaster. And as a wild card, there's always Big Mike. Yeah, Michelle Obama, because people liked Obama. But it seems like Big Mike is not interested in this. I've heard her in interviews talk about it. And I don't really think she wants to go this route. So the Democrats, who else do they have? And the convention is coming up in August 19th to the 22nd, the Democrat convention. So they still have some time. I think behind the scenes, though, they're really planning various scenarios. I think a key date is going to be June 27th when Biden debates Trump. Who knows how he will do? He will have the questions beforehand because the debate is being held by CNN and they're pro-Democrat. So I'm sure they'll leak the questions beforehand to the Democrats. And the Democrats will try to coach as best they can Biden to remember to say some prepared lines like convicted criminal, convicted felon, or whatever. And so they're going to really try to coach Biden on that. But the problem is they don't know how aware Biden will be. Yeah, they'll give him some Adderall and hope he can, stay amped up, but he could just wander off. And if he wanders off the stage, Trump may not go after him. Who's going to go after him? This could be a real issue. He could shit his pants. Who's going to change his diapers? See, these are some logistical problems that could happen on the 27th. Maybe Biden makes it through. Again, they're going to do everything they could, and the moderators will do everything they can to help Biden. But if Biden should shit his pants, either metaphorically or literally, then the Democrats, they still have time to replace him. And that really, I don't think would hurt their poll numbers right now. Right now, Biden's losing. I think they look at the battleground stakes. Biden is very unpopular. They just did a poll, by the way, of since Trump has been convicted, how many people really changed their vote from Biden to Trump or Trump to Biden. And 6% of the people, so it's been very small, 6% actually changed their minds. But of the 6% that changed their mind on who they're going to vote for, something like, I saw the numbers, like 80% decided to vote instead of for Biden, for Trump. So the Trump's conviction has actually helped him on the margins. Most people didn't change their vote either way. But for the people that did change their vote, they're going to vote for Trump. So Trump has a lot of momentum. But replacing Biden will help them, the Democrats, in some other ways. One way is they can try to show that the political trials of Trump were political and Biden wasn't doing this just so he could put a competitor in prison. Because look at, after all, Biden is not even going to be president. So obviously he didn't do it for political reasons. I think that's the way they're trying to do that. And I think one of the goals, I think there's a good possibility that Trump is sent to prison and Trump may not be the nominee because the GOP's like, how can we nominate someone that's in prison? So if Trump gets removed, then the Democrats could say, oh, well, see, we removed Biden too. So we're kind of got a fresh start here. I could see something like that potentially happening. Again, I'm not predicting that this is the most likely scenario. The most likely scenario, Biden will be the candidate again. But it's not like a 1 in a million chance that he's removed. I would put the chance at about 30% that they're going to remove him, especially if he starts to get worse, because they have issues. Even if he does win the presidency, his dementia is not getting better. He's not getting younger. He turns 82 years old this year. That's not young. And he's not going to make another 4 years. More than likely, in the next 4 years, he will die, or he will have to be stepped down because he'll have a stroke. That's coming. And then we have Kamala Harris as president. So there's a lot of issues right now. And just based on what we're seeing every day, I think the possibility that Biden gets removed as the nominee for the Democrats it's not again like 1 in a million. I would say give it about a 30% chance. So we will see. All right, guys. Hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys later.